doing any of these guys any favors, and we're never going to get better if we keep on playing musical chairs. And the way it looks like it's going, it looks like we're going to keep on doing the same thing going into the spring, and it looks like the same thing might happen next season. So I just want the starting quarterback to be named, so that starting quarterback can actually learn, grow, and develop instead of having a quarterback competition every week. And I mean, it's not all his fault. I mean, NKOSI Perry, I think he's better than Jaron. Basically, at this point, I was going to bat for Jaron Williams, but really, I just go to bat for whoever's the starting quarterback. But I mean, I think NKOSI should be the guy. But the thing with NKOSI is, like, the coaches, I don't know what it is. The coaches just never really believe in him. He doesn't really get a lot of chances. Like, if he makes a couple of mistakes, he automatically gets benched. And then Jaron Williams, man, I mean, Jaron Williams at times, he just looks inexperienced. But, I mean, I'm just really frustrated with the whole quarterback situation.
I wonder how good NKOSI would look if Manny Diaz came out and said NKOSI's our guy no matter what, like he did with Jaron. I wonder how NKOSI, when that question needs to be asked, that I wonder if NKOSI knew 100% that no matter what I did tonight, I'm going to be the starting quarterback, how he would play. Real quick, guys, this is just part of a 1-hour podcast that I do weekly on the Patreon page. Get signed up with the Patreon page to get access to that, the 24/7 group chat, halftime reaction videos, film breakdowns, and other exclusive content. 2020 will be the year of NMD TV, and we're going to the top. And I know with your help, we can do that. You know, better quality, more content, but quality content and more content. And that's my goal. And guys, if you get signed up with No More Defeats Nation, the Patreon page, you'll help me with that. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, and you damaged the man's confidence. I mean, the man's confidence has already been hit several times. Although we don't see it, I mean, he's made an Instagram post. I don't know if you saw it, but he had the selfie in the mirror, and he was talking about how he's just a young kid trying to live life, trying to be happy and things like that. So I mean, it's obviously affecting him.
Somebody put a quote out, and it said, somebody tweeted this. They said, Tate Martell has missed several games due to personal reasons. Jaron has missed practice, and he's threatened to transfer. NKOSI has stood strong from day one.
Exactly. This man, NKOSI Perry, you can tell the kind of person NKOSI Perry is, man. I mean, Tate Martell, I saw a couple of things about Tate Martell. A couple of people saying he's skipping practices, that he hang out with his girlfriend. I don't know if there's any truth to that or anything like that. But, I mean, NKOSI Perry he's the definition of loyalty, man. And, I mean, at this point, man, I would have already named NKOSI Perry the starter. I don't get why we keep playing musical chairs at quarterback, man. It just goes to show you the inexperience Manny Diaz has of being a head coach. And hopefully he learns. Do you think he'll learn?
I don't know, man, because look, and this is, you know me, I'm a big Tate Martell fan. I like Tate, and I don't know what's going on with this guy's reputation. I don't know what's going on, but letting him go back and forth, it sets a bad it's a bad look to the team. Letting him go back and forth. Letting Jaron miss practice, Jaron missed practice just because, no personal reason, just because he wanted to miss practice. And then you let Cleveland, I think it was Cleveland Reed, the offensive lineman, he goes into the transfer portal. Probably didn't get a lot of people wanting his services. I don't know that for a fact. But then you let him come back. You go and get Jeff Thomas. And I understood that because you weren't the head coach back then. But JT, you're playing football right now in Florida. If your coach is just letting people quit left and right, what people gonna do? Run over them?
Well, yeah, and it happens on my high school team. I mean, favoritism is everything, man. I remember a couple years ago, we had a talented quarterback, and he got angry at the coaches, cussed them out. Coaches said next man up. He came back a couple of hours later. So, I mean, it just shows favoritism, and it doesn't send a good message to the locker room, because coming from a guy like me that has been through some of the similar things, I mean, the locker room, it messes up the locker room, because then players feel like it's unfair because that player gets special treatment. Then you got players who want to transfer because things are even. They're not getting the same opportunities, man. So, I mean, it's just a whole – you can tell Manny Diaz inexperienced as the head coach, man. You can just tell, man.
And the thing about it is, the thing about this is, once a coach sets a tone, and he had set a tone. And remember, we're losing some seniors, but this is a fairly young team, especially on the offensive
Oh
side.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
once you set that tone that you're letting people do whatever they want to, and you're all buddy buddy, you can't just flip the switch.
You become an enabler. You
Yeah,
become an
I
enabler.
don't know if you can come back and say, okay, now I'm going to be a
You
hard
can't.
ass next season.
The only way you can do that, the only way now that Manny Diaz has set that being the culture is he has to wait for all these freshman guys he recruited to be all the way out the next 4 years, and then try to implement it and the next coming class. But I mean, even that's hard because you'll never truly get a really new, whole, entirely young team full of freshmen, man. So I mean, Manny Diaz, man, it's not looking good, but a lot of people want to fire him, but I don't think that's going to happen because the thing I saw with Miami coaches over the past is that over the last couple of Miami head coaches we had, they normally start out with a 6-6 record, 7-6, something like that. The next season they win 8 games. Then the following season
But
they
I'll
reach
tell you
9
this.
games.
I want to say this, JT, because I saw your video. It was well put together. If you haven't seen JT's video, The Truth on the Miami Hurricanes, you need to go watch it because you put out a lot of facts. But I will rebuttal that, and this is how we always end up with this conversation. I think details matter when you start putting out records. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to say Manny went 6-6 with no details. But when you put in he lost to FIU for the first time in history. We lost to a Georgia Tech team who finished last in the ACC. I think things like that really matters. Details.
Yeah. But I think the thing I'm looking at is Manny Diaz is going to win games. He's going to win. He's going to win more. He's going to win at least 7 games next year. Then the following season, 2021, I believe, he's going to end up winning 9 games. This is just the trend of Miami head coaches. The question is, once Manny Diaz reaches that point, is Miami football going to go back up or is it going to go back down? Because that's the trend of the past coach, the other past coach. And another thing is the
Now
culture.
with my boy Rick came out the gates winning games. What's up?
Oh yeah, first
What's
season
up with my
went 8-4.
boy Rick came
Next
out the
year,
gate?
10. Next year 10, and then what happened after? What happened once he reached that peak? You see, once Miami head coach
He had a
reached that
bad
peak,
season. He had a bad season, and we ran him out. We didn't appreciate Rick. I'm gonna say it right now. We didn't appreciate you, Mark Rick.
we appreciate him now though. I'd rather see Mark Rick's offense than seeing this Dan Nino's offense because at least we could somewhat move the ball down the field compared to what I don't even. And then the quarterback play. I mean, the thing is, They say Mark Rick handicapped the quarterbacks. And Malik Roger said something like this on a podcast. He said that Mark Rick would tell him the play call. He was like, "We just ran this," and then he would tell him where to throw at. But now, I mean, I don't really see a difference now. I mean, these quarterbacks have freedom not to get stuck on the first read, and I mean, we still don't really see that improvement for real. So I mean. It's just Manny Diaz first. You can see the first year inexperience when you have a first year head coach. A couple other head coaches had this problem, but I think Manny Diaz, he's going to win some games next season. It's bound to happen because it's impossible at the time Miami has to just go ahead and go 6-6 the next season. But Manny Diaz, he's going to win. He's going to win 7-8 games next year. But the question is he going to be able to have this locker room under control, man? Because look, Manny Diaz needs to go in the mirror. He needs to look at himself. In the off season, once the season is over, I don't even care if we lose the bowl game at this point. I don't even care. I just want this season to be over with. He needs to gather this team around. He needs to be like, hey, if you want to be at Miami Hurricanes football, you can stay. But if you want to leave and you want to go ahead and transfer, go ahead and transfer. We're not going to keep playing this game of people missing practices. If you don't want to be here, don't go. Leave.
I would rather go 6-6, knowing that we lost a lot to you from a different angle. Watch Gregory Rousseau. Lord have mercy. Watch what Gregory Rousseau does. Straight power, one arm. Push that man all the way back, okay? Check him out. One arm, power club to the shoulder. Put the pressure and watch it from the side angle here. Check out Rousseau. You get to see how far he pushes him back. Quarterback never had a chance. Al Blaze says thank you.